Very warm welcome, guys, to my channel this particular Monday morning. I hope your week has started well, and welcome. We are going to talk about politics, especially the battle between the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and the current Deputy President Kindiki is heating up. So we've got a lot to talk about, guys. Stay tuned. And if it is your first time on my channel, could you kindly just spare a moment of your time and hit that subscription button and put on a notification bell as well, so that when I do subsequent videos, you'll not miss out. The dynamics of politics in Kenya are proving to become hard and tougher every day, because the recent turn of events, especially ever since the Gen Z had protest, the landscape and the politics of Kenya totally changed. Whenever politicians want to do their campaign, they normally engage musicians, and musicians have been facing the wrath of Kenyans. The latest victims being the musician from the Mount Kenya. The picture that are scrolling on your screen are the musician from the Mount Kenya, the Akina Samido, Ben Gidaye, just to name but a few. The picture that you are seeing on your screen that are scrolling right now are the musicians that are facing the wrath of the mountaineers. Reason being that they met the former deputy president, they met the current deputy president Kindiki, and it seems the meeting with Kindiki did not sit well with the mountaineers. There is persistent calls for deplatforming them, boycotting their concerts, and clubs and various entertainment joints are told that not to engage themselves or to associate themselves with those particular musicians. So it seems it's going to be a bumpy ride for these musicians that went to Karen. But yesterday, in a rare show of defense, the current deputy president Kindiki came out in strong support of what the musician said. In fact, he threatened that he's going to bring together, he's going to call about 500 musicians from the mountain just to show the to stand in solidarity, so to speak, with the government. Remember, the mountaineers have been in persistent fight with the government, especially ever since the former deputy president was impeached. The mountaineers, or the people from the mountains, say that enough and to hell with the government. They don't want to hear anything about the government. So this begs a question. Does the freedom of association still exist? Because these are musicians who feel that perhaps they should align themselves with the government, but they are facing the wrath of Kenyans. So are we still enjoying the freedom of association, or are we free to choose either party that one supports? That's a very important question that we should focus on. Remember, what is at stake here? It's their music career. They are stuck between supporting the government and having or tainting their music career image, or they are to stand with the people or to stand with the mountain, so to speak, and leave out the government. So these guys are caught between a rock and a hard place. This morning, the Music Copyright Society of Kenya has issued a statement, and I'm going to read the statement regarding these particular events that are happening. Here is the statement. MCSK statement on recent call by politicians for boycott of our members' works. The statement reads, the Music Copyright Society of Kenya has been closely monitoring the ongoing debate surrounding the group of Mount Kenya artists who met with the Deputy President over the past weekend. We are deeply concerned by the unfortunate calls from senior political leaders urging a boycott of our members' work, simply because they executed their constitutional right to freedom of association by engaging in discussion on critical issues affecting the growth of the music industry. I'll pause there first. The freedom of association that I'm talking about is what also the Music Copyright Society of Kenya is talking about, because it's like we are forcing these guys to align themselves to certain direction, and this comes against the spirit of the Constitution, especially the clause that states there is freedom of association. The Music Copyright Society letter continues on to say that let it be clearly stated that MCSK will not tolerate any form of economic sabotage targeting our members. Any entertainment venue that complies with calls to discriminate against our artists will not be authorized to play music licensed by MCSK. Those clubs that have been urged to deplatform these musicians are going to face the wrath of MCSK. That's the statement from the MCSK. So it seems these guys are caught between a rock and hard place, so to speak, because MCSK is defending them and the clubs are listening to the ground because the ground is demanding that they should not be given a platform to perform. The MCSK also says that we urge all entertainment establishments to reject this unfortunate and potentially harmful boycott call, which undermines fundamental rights to freedom of association and expression. We also call upon our artists to remain united and not allow themselves to be divided by political interest. Their God-given talents are invaluable, especially in these times of widespread despair caused by ethnic tension and divisive politics. Artists have a unique role as a voice for reason and agent of healing. Through their creativity and inspiring melodies, they can help soothe and unite the nation. Their contribution to national development transcends personal gain and must be honored as such. MCSK will continue to monitor the situation closely and will take all necessary measures to ensure that any discrimination against our artists is appropriately addressed and sanctioned. Okay, when it comes to music, music is an art, and music normally plays a very important role, especially when it comes to the election. Remember, in 2005 campaign, there was this Unbogable. I don't know if you know Gidi Gidi Maji Maji. They sang Unbogable, and that song was widely used by then Pentagon of the ODM movement in the campaign. Come 2013, there is this musician from the mountain who came out with a song that said Mwaka wa Hiti. Loosely translated, I think it's the year of hyena or something. So it tells you that so many politicians love using music to send their message. Remember, the latter was sanctioned by the Cohesion Commission, the National Cohesion Commission, and the music was termed as hate speech because it was profiling a certain community against ascending to the leadership of this country. So politicians understand well the importance of the music, and music plays a very vital role when it comes to campaigning. So the question remains, who is going to blink first? Because it seems the government is pushing the agenda, Kenyans are pushing the agenda, especially Rigiji is pushing his personal agenda, and they are all using right now the music. They understand that there is a very strong tool to use to spread the message, and that is music. So musicians are caught between this scuffle because Kenyans want them to go this way, the government want them to sing this way. Music Copyright Society of Kenya has come to their defense. So it seems a very interesting time lies ahead of us, even as we head to 2027 general election. I'll do the other video later on highlighting in detail what the musicians are expected to do, especially going forward in 2027 general election. But until then, if it is your first time on my channel, before you sign out, could you kindly just spare a moment of your time and hit that subscription button and put on a notification bell as well, so that when I do subsequent videos, you'll not miss out. Adios, ciao ciao.